Hey folks, Mark with International Fly Rods. So we are done wrapping all 12 guides on, and all four pieces between the 5 sections are wrapped between, so we don't have any splitting going on down the road. Next thing we have to do is wipe it on down, and then also protect it going in between the rods. Make sure we don't get epoxy between the sections. Although this rod, since it is 11 foot and it's larger than standard, my dryer and setup section here is, since I'm just a small setup, and can usually only run like 2 rods at a time. I'm going to break this down into 2 sections and run it that way. So let me show you how I'm going to protect each rod piece from getting epoxy on each individual section. And if you've already seen my short on this, I apologize, but I'll show you how I do it. What we have going on here is this section of the rod. We do not want epoxy getting down and touching and gunking up and drying to the next section. So that's what I found is got a little marking spot right there, so I know. And let me pull this off to the side. Actually, just get rid of that. As if I just go ahead and take a little bit of Teflon tape, make sure it stays spread out. Sometimes I need that to keep it on down. And I just found that Teflon tape is just so thin when I was looking for something because I've tried masking before and that didn't work because it was just getting it was just too thick, and it would just kind of build up a little bit. And I just found that like this was just enough to. So from there, we will go ahead and reassemble, and that'll go right on right there. There we go. Okay, yeah. I want to make sure that goes on. Nope. Do not like that. So let me redo this. Once again, Teflon tape and stuff like that is cheap. So get this nice and wide going on. So just so it will do a quick cover, because the epoxy will not stick to the Teflon tape. And I want a good clean surface for this to go to, because I have one more thing to go to this, and I need it nice and clean. I don't want anything interfering. So there we go. That's going to go. Good, nice twist on up. There we go. There we go. Because by doing this, I'm able to get a nice there. That's what I want. Just like that. That way, as it goes on, we'll be able to rotate, and it will keep going. So got the rest of the sections I'm going to be doing tonight, or in this first run, all set, ready to go. I am going to glove up. I am actually running low on the U40, so I'm going to be going with the Flex Coat. You may have seen this, the high build. Also very good stuff. I really like it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't be using it on my own rod. So, as I said, I'm going to glove up, because at this point, I'm going to do a wipe down with alcohol and tape up sections, get my speed set right, and make sure I have all of my utensils ready to go, and get everything, start mixing and applying. So I'm going to go ahead and get this turned on. That is turned on, and that is rotating. At this point going forward, I will not be touching anything. So I apologize once again for my less than professional camera work here. So, okay. Doing a light covering there. Let everything dry on up as we go. Looking for any imperfections. Time to stop it is stop now. As I said, got after my issues with the handle. As I said, and that was when I was trying to find bubbles that did not exist because I had never done a metallic with a metallic, and the two pull points were bleeding through on each other. They looked like bubbles. I was having issues trying to see which was which, and so not a whole lot here. So I am a little bit more prepared now. Okay, more light on the subject, and this is a resin coat. So we'll go with about 1 cc of the resin. It'd be better if I took the lid off. Idiot. And additional cc of the hardener. Okay. That is now trash. Lid's on. Out of the way. Don't need that gooey mess getting spilled at any point. And get them separated. Okay, and as always, we're going to go ahead and stir. Always stir resin to a crystal clear. It'll always, resin will almost always kind of get kind of foggy, kind of wavy when you start out. And you'll know it's ready when it's all nice and crystal clear. So, and as in with most high builds, we will go with as with this, I will go with a quick single coat, and I will take it down as far as I can go. This, I'm going to let it set, put this first half into the section, first half into the regular dryer, and then I will move on to the second half of the rod, and then get it set up, and then I can put the entire rod into the dryer, but I will, I may not, just so I can get everything set. I don't know. I'll take it as it goes, but now you can see it is now becoming all nice and clear. My apologies on not getting this filmed right, because I'm trying to figure out how to get better filming. I guess I really consider cameras as part of my toolkit, not I would consider tools as part of my toolkit, but most aspect I consider my work tools, not cameras, but so on to foil, and that just helps lay everything out a little bit easier and helps eliminate bubbles when applying. So that is one of those tips I learned early on, and I've just kind of gone with it because it seems to be a very beneficial tool or tip when applying. So I will start here up the front, and as I said, here, and that's it. Always work with a good, high quality brush. So, I'm going to start with, where am I at? God damn it. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna look at everything reverse. So, okay, yeah, high quality brush is worth it. So, I can get this will level out as we get going. Done in another short is don't, if you feel like you've made mistakes on your coat, slow this down. You can, after your epoxy dries, you can come back, and what you'll want to do is cut. You can use a razor blade and cut out your, if you see any bubbles or such, or if there's any strings or thread that kind of comes on up, you can go ahead and just kind of cut those out with a razor blade. If it's a larger area that just does not look right, you can, I use like 250 grit, just do a light sanding on it, rough it on up, clean it up with a little bit of alcohol. Remember, oils on your hands can really hose things up a little bit. And, or even if you did get stuff hosed up with your hands a little bit on the epoxy, you can just clean it up. A little bit of acetone on there will also get things roughed up and kind of tackied up and everything else. I usually like to do a little bit of alcohol first because that will help. It seems like it neutralizes it a little bit, and then let it dry up a little bit, and then you can reapply with your epoxy. Your You can do several coats. I've done as many as 3 and 4 coats. Um, I did 4 coats at one time when I was doing kind of experimenting, and it kind of came out kind of neat when I was doing multiple layers of stickers um, to get this in here a little bit better, to do kind of like a layered effect. And it kind of came out neat. I don't know if it was worth the hassle or worth the trouble, or if you, it was really kind of one of those, you had to really look for it. And so I don't know if it's really worth doing. Um, but it can be done. And it kind of came out really on the thick side. And I really didn't like that. But uh, it was for a kid's rod. So overall, I was not all that worried about how thick it was because it was for a Easter gift. That was for a family member. That was, and the gift was essentially, it was meant to be trashed. So it's not that it was a kid's fishing rod, their first fishing rod. So, which are, by the way, very good and very fun projects to do if you're looking to get into rod building. And to make a little bit of money is, those are fun little gifts to make around Christmas, Easter, that sort of thing. And, or if you are doing some sort of like a charity work or anything like that, and I may be doing that with an organization I'm in talk with right now, is a charity organization to do rod building for uh, teens that are doing some missionary work, and to do fundraising, and they would be building, I'd be teaching them to build rods, but teaching them to build kids rods just for Easter baskets and such. And might be kind of a neat project for some people to do. So we will see how that goes, or see if that anything comes of it. More light here so you all can see. I said I got the approximate amount of epoxy that I needed. Didn't do a full batch, do the entire rod, as I said, which is intentional for two reasons. One, I don't want to do the entire rod right now. And two, my back is freaking killing me. So, that being said, I've got one more section to do here. And it will be done. And that will just make me feel a little bit better. And I'll have essentially 5.5 more feet to go. Get this, I'm gonna let this set up for a little bit, let my back rest. Probably go in and do what the doctor says and try to get my feet up a little bit, which is, tell you what, getting old and being broken is no fun. But I will do what the doctor says. I want to keep on doing this for years and years and years, and do it more with my grandkids, which is also one of the reasons why most of my destination videos are usually only done over half a day's worth of fishing. Not because a lot of times I don't want to do more. It's just my back just cannot handle it anymore. 4 hours is pretty much about it. And if I can get out beforehand, that's even better. Okay, so let me get this brush into acetone before everything starts to get on the hard side. Double check everything. That looks beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so said, get this into acetone, get another cloth. There are a lot of different things which I will call, very disposable, and especially in fly fishing and rod building, or you do anything, and a lot of different things you do, which I would consider disposable. Rod building for sure, tape, gloves, in fly fishing. Much as I hate to say it, your fly lines, some of that stuff is expensive, and I'm going to be testing out some different fly lines coming up over the 4th of July weekend. I'm going to be testing one out on this new rod here. Try out the new Cortland, the 2.0 on it. I've got the 0.17, or the 0.022 on this. I had tried the 0.017 on my other one, and I'm doing a little bit of reading. I think the 0.22 will work a little bit better on this, just the length and the heaviness of the rod and everything else. That's one thing I've learned is matching your line to your rod makes a world of difference. So don't buy cheap fly line. Don't buy cheap leader material. Don't buy cheap, don't buy cheap leader material on your nymphing rods. My streamer rods, my streamer material is the fluorocarbon from Walmart. 14 pound, 10 pound, and 20 pound, depending on what I'm throwing, and that has seemed to work pretty good so far. It's the standard stuff, so brush is clean. Ready for the next section of this rod. I'm going to let this set up for a little bit, and I will close this section of the video out, and I will see you next time. I will probably speed this up take friends and family fishing, and I will see you and give you a closer inspection next time around. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to, was it the, God, now I'm just getting plain old. Hit that notification bell and take yourself out fishing just because some of us need that mental break more than others. Have a great day.